everyone. We're going to start this episode off a little bit different. Um, Update 4.2 has just been released officially as of today, being the 21st of the 7th. Um, this update has a whole heap of new features, a couple of new building types, or not quite building types, but I'll save that for when we get into it. Um, and for anyone who does play this game, you guys are in for a surprise when you load it up next. When you first load up, you'll probably notice something a bit different. We've actually got a community hub here, where we can actually have a look at all the mods that are currently on the COI's hub, um, which is where you'll see I've got a couple where I've played with a save that are already pre-installed, but you can update these from here. You don't have to actually go to their website, and it has all different sorts of mods in here that people have made for the game. I have played with quite a few of them, as you would have seen here. Um, and given it a go to see what they were like when they first started coming out, and from there it was amazing. We can see all the different comments, the change logs, everything that you would see on their website, you'll see here now. Um, for instance, with this gameplay plus plus mod, it shows a couple of different vehicles, heavy vehicle types, heavy tankers, truck HQ and excavator HQ, heavy vehicle bridge access, a bridge transport hub, and you can even click the pictures to make them a bit bigger if you wanted to as well. They've even got like huge excavators here for this particular mod, fluid warehouses. They've got all sorts of different things, and it'll tell you all right there. They've also got a maps tab as well, where you can download other people's tabs. Um, but I just wanted to show you this in game. I'm going to quickly go over to Steam and show you guys, but I'll catch you there when I get there. Now, as I stated before, we are now in update 4.2. Um, and as you'll see in this video here, there's a couple of different changes, as we see in the mods and the maps, that we can now access in Captain of Industry itself instead of going to the website. Um, so they've made that, as well as we can also update, we can install, we can uninstall. Everything is done through Captain of Industry itself, as well as even blueprints. If we want to see certain blueprints or try and find certain blueprints, we can just search for certain equipment and we can get builds just like that. We can also see that there's some new carriage types in this. So these are the new modular carriages, which you would have seen there as they were dropping off coal, and now they're going and loading up diesel. Uh, we've also got some new track pieces, as well as I stated in a couple episodes before this, they were making changes to the whole waypoint system. So now we can allow and deny um, certain types of lines for networks, all sorts of things. The whole system with how trains are dispatched and how they route themselves. They've fixed that and made some changes to hopefully help out a few things. They've also worked on each unit's um, in the game, with the frame rate, as well as also when we start taking out mountains or big bits of land and we get these landslides here, which causes us a bit of a frame drop, especially in bigger maps. We've also got these new modular ramps, which are pretty cool. Pretty excited to use some of those. Maybe we can use those for instance, our trains. That would be pretty cool if we could do that. As well as they've made some changes when building in planning mode. Now, I do a fair bit of building in planning mode, and trying to look at rock and stuff, it makes it incredibly hard. But that's all for now. Let's get into some gameplay here. Okay, so we have just loaded up into the game. Um, Having a quick look here. So now we can sort of have a look around, and see what we've got going on here. First thing I'd like to have a look is at our research tree, because there's a chance we might actually have to possibly backtrack a little bit. Um, so far, I mean, it's looking so yeah, so far it's looking good. Um, where they've exactly put these. There, Universal Wagon 2. And if we go back to trains here, we can see the Universal Wagon itself, as well as the steam locomotive tender. And I presume if we go down a little bit further, we've got a tier 2 locomotive there, we've got our turbine locomotive. So nothing really too different there. Um, coal looks a bit more colourful, I guess you could say. The rock still looks the same. But if we have a look over here, I think if we go to, I don't know what section he was in. Maybe this save hasn't exactly been updated to this. Interesting. Well, let's go have a quick look at some of our things here. We can definitely see that our glass has changed. Remember what looked like just glass sheets? Now there's a bit of cardboard around it. Um, what do we got going on here? Vehicles trying to bring stuff in, and that is because we have no wire. Okay, why do we have no wire? Because we have no rubber. Okay, so let's just quickly fix that up, and I'm going to say it's because... Interesting. So vehicles can take rubber from there. Um, oh, so they can't actually access there anymore. So what we'll do is, I mean, we probably need access to that somehow. Let's just change this around completely, shall we? So let's destroy that. You would have also just seen then, um, you would have just seen, oh, excuse me. How do I stop you from doing that? Maybe if we hit the pause button and we quick remove that. There we go. Now we can quick remove that one and then unpause that. We'll quick remove that one as well. And we'll add those on there. There you go. You can actually see how they have changed it now. We now get these little lines that move through it, and the conveyor belts themselves look a lot nicer as well. We can see our wood looks a bit different. So they did the change for everything. We can now see um, FE. So that's the actual, what do they call that? On the chemical, it's not a chemical table. The starts with P. I can't remember what it's exactly called. But Fe is its scientific name, as well as Cu is copper's name. Now, I reckon if we were to have a look at possibly steel, we can see it is Fe-C, which will tell us it is steel. Our concrete looks slightly different. Um, yeah, they've changed it. Everything looks a bit different now. We can see that even with our slag that's going into here, they're not all the same height. We can see some of them are actually a different height, so they clump up a bit now. And the same thing with the rock. We can see some parts are sitting higher than others. For our rails, they've got concrete slabs with rail beams with them. If we were to have a look at our cement packs, they actually look like cement packs now. Yeah, so they've made a very big change to all this, which it does look good. We can see even our construction parts look different as well. What do our tier threes look like? I wouldn't know because we don't have anything going there. I can see that our maintenance has dropped pretty far at the moment. Um, and that is the whole reason because of this copper wire and rubber. We can now see that we got rubber coming in. Our trucks are bringing rubber over here straight away, and that should be building up fairly quickly now. Uh, Hopefully that sorts itself out. See if we can get access to that, which I don't want to build the conveyor belt on it. Let's just see if we can grab that. There we go. We can see that they're both priority out. Um, yeah, we'll leave it like that. I'm going to say these are not being built because they don't have enough tier 3s and tier 3s because we don't have enough um, copper wire there. We can see that our maintenance is slowly building up now. Um, I would like to boost these, but I just don't think we're quite ready to boost. Even the copper wire now, they look like wire packs. They've got fuses in them. Looks like they got a couple of batteries and obviously our wire as well. Our maintenance packs look like a whole bunch of gears and stuff. Our vehicle parts. Um, our vehicle parts one look very simple. Couple pistons, some brake rotors by the looks of that. Yeah, tier twos just have some yellow parts on there. Even got some, they look like exhaust headers. Um, but yeah, very nice detail what they've done here. It looks incredible. But we'll let our maintenance build up and let's go and actually have a quick look over here. Um, let's see. First off, we'll have a look at our waypoints here. Oh, we can now see that they've got some extra bits on them. Looks like some sort of power poles onto them now for when we get electric trains. I don't know if there actually is electric trains, but let's just have ourselves a quick look here. Because yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, there is too. There is the electric trains. They just don't put out as much power, and we have to electrify our whole grid. um, which isn't an issue if we were to switch to that, but they don't have the same amount of power. They only have 750. They do go faster, uh, as well as we've also got our nuclear here as well, which we're not quite ready for. Well, if we have a look here, we can get pathfinding restrictions. Uh, so we can allow a wagon type, a max train length. Um, we can do a lot of things. So say we wanted, right, let's just say that, for instance, for this one here, we want it as a wagon type. We can say unit wagon, and then we can also say the train length. Now, it has to be under, what is that current train length exactly? Can we see that? Or we can just do this. We can head over to our train hub here. We can say, okay, we want a new train. It's a diesel with a medium wagon. It is currently 15 tiles. So then we could go back over here and change this one to under, say, under 16 tiles. Right, we can save that and we can say have a row of those and then all these would shuffle over to here. So we can actually make marked parking spots. So for instance, for over here, we could say, um, well, we could actually deny all of these here uh, for the train length being under the 16 tiles. Okay, and then we can copy that. What is it? There it is. We can say like that. All right, we can see now all of these are set for that. Now we've got currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains with unit wagons on them. I don't think there's any more. Oh, there's 7. So we have 7. That looks like all of them. So we got 7 all up. So we could then go here and say allow allow the wagon type to be a unit, and we can copy that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. and then we'll see those 7 will line up there. Now we could also go over here and deny train length equal or over 16 tiles, right? So then we could copy that to all of these here. And we will then see that all of our trains here would actually go into this bay here. So we could have all of our short trains here and our longer trains over here. Even though that there is technically a waste of space, and we could probably set up a smaller system over here. Um, but to sort of separate some of our trains, it makes for a better system here, which is pretty cool. We can also see that there was also a couple different ones here as well. A train's max speed, for instance, if it can go under or equal to or over 80 mile per hour, kilometers per hour, sorry. We can see certain lines, um, type of carried products. So say they've got all these different products here. We could set a certain product to it. Uh, Now I'm confused at why. Oh, because I've set those as deny. Ah, okay. Let's just quickly fix that up. So train length, delete that one, and is under 16 tiles. Okay. So we can now get rid of that, and we can copy that for all of these. I don't know if trains will move straight away, but I wonder why you parked there. Because I haven't made these as under. So let's change these now to under, and we can copy this and chuck it all the way there. Now we can see that it denies it. I think this train would be going to possibly, oh no, it's going to go pick up some tier 2 research. That's fine. We can also see that our scrap is starting to fill up here. Our wood's doing all right. Yeah, so far it looks like we're moving all right. We can see our blueprints that have been made here. We can see each individual tile. Um, each individual tile here. I think they're actually slightly bigger tiles than what I'm currently thinking. Oh no, they're about the tile size, yeah. Yeah, so it shows each individual tile spot or tile square, which is pretty nice. But I do like what they've done with the trains. We'll see this train here will head into the far bay here. So we'll go all the way to the end, and he will pull up in the third bay by the looks of it. And this guy will pull up in the first side here. He's also going straight back out to go and collect some more rock. But let's just have a quick look at perhaps some of this new things here. We can see, here we go. So, got a couple different pieces here. We can see we got a vehicle ramp, we got a vehicle ramp tall, and we got a vehicle ramp flat. Now, vehicle ramp flat. So, for instance, if I were to put this here, can I build it up one more? No, we can just, looks like we can just keep on building this. We can build that as absolutely far as we wanted to. That is pretty nice. And the same thing with this. These are just a little bit lower. So you can get, by the looks of it, um, yeah, one spot each. Whereas with the tall one, we can get, two. So we could send, say, 6 pipe through the first one. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Can't wait to see if they do anything more with that. So, like, say for instance, we wanted to actually thinking about it, vehicle ramp, flat entrance ramp. Yeah, interesting. Um, so I guess we could use one of these first, or we use that first. So if we were to go into planning mode and we were to build that and say we got rid of that, we could then connect these up here and keep on building if we wanted to. Um, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I do like that. Definitely adds a few more changes. And now with our rail system, let's just have a quick look there. So if we wanted to build a rail from here, we can see that it looks like it goes a little bit tighter. Um, we've obviously got our bigger circles. We've got a couple of different other bits here. We can see that we can get a couple more different angles out. So we can see now that we can get a slighter or a straighter angle there with only a slight curve. So yeah, they've done a lot with making new rail types to help out with that. We can see we've got our Molten Station. We already knew about that. No new depots. Actually, let's also just have a quick look um, at these new wagons. So, got these two wagons. This holds 90 of whatever fluid, bulk, or units. And this one can hold 360 in total. Yeah, so if we ever wanted to have a multi-line and we don't want to use strict carriages, I guess we could use that, which is pretty cool. It's pretty nice. But yeah, anyway, um, yeah, let's go have a quick look at our sulfur. Looks like our sulfur is going down. Um, I do remember one comment reading there, that I was reading the other day, about the sulfur problem, and as soon as I got this going, it was the one thing I was thinking about. Now, it does look like our sulfur is possibly going down, which is a good thing, and I'm happy for that. Um, as well as what else? Where else have we got sulfur? We got sulfur over. Well, we've cleared out that sulfur. Um, okay. Well, it looks like our new line for acid has to be built. Wow, did you guys like deliver that over here? Where did all that sulfur go? Surely you didn't bring it over here because none of this would have been set to empty, would it? I don't think so, but look, I'm not going to complain, but our acid is going to start going down really, really quick. Um, yeah, okay. I can't remember exactly what I was building here. Oh, that's right. So we're going to set these up. So we'll do this real quick and then we'll get on to the other one. We're going to build that one, and this one was going to be our vegetables. We'll say keep that half full, and we're going to build lines for these. Okay, so to do that, we're going to build our potato line a bit higher, I think. Yeah, we'll build our potato line higher, and we'll build these for every spot that it needs it. So we'll put one there, we'll put one there, there, and there. That should be all of them. And what we'll do is we'll grab our flat lift and do the same thing, but we will do it one lower. So we'll go one there, we'll go one there, 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 and there. That way we can run those lines straight across there. Okay. Now, whether we're going to be able to run just the one line is a whole nother question. We might have to upgrade in the future to be able to keep up with these resources, but we'll have to figure that out as we go along here. So we'll build this all the way up, and we'll also build this one all the way up. and we'll connect these up. So that's our line there. So I want to try to leave as much room as possible um, for our vehicles to get through. And it looks like they've actually made it so the gaps are a bit wider as well by the looks of that, which is a nice little add-on there. So I do know that there was some points we were actually having a little bit of trouble with because of these pillars here. In fact, we might even just have a quick look at that real quick as well. So if we were to, no, so it looks like the max distance is, I can't even get rid of that. It is not happy one bit, is it? Okay, well, I guess we'll put that one there. Um, yeah, well, I guess that's how we're going to do it. Just not too happy to remove that one anymore, so yeah, we'll run that for now. Um, anyway, so we'll grab our flat conveyors now. I think they're, yeah, tier 2. And what I'm thinking about this one is just running it beside of it until we can get to here to feed straight into there. That way we keep our height here and building these along here within the same um, what do you call these, supports, in the same supports. We can see as well we've also got that free space there. We do lose one gap, but that is totally fine. Okay, so we'll leave that there and we'll just quick build all of these because we do have plenty of unity. In fact, we can hold 218 unity now. That is crazy. So yeah, furniture is still on its way over. I feel like we're still missing trucks, or there's trucks that aren't working. Let's just have a look at zones real quick. Default zone. It's currently not really many trucks being idle. Seems like they're all constantly working. Looks like we've got some potatoes being brung here. So in fact what we'll do is we're just going to say vehicles to not deliver here. That way we should be able to sort it out. Give them one less thing to worry about. We still have 54 months remaining on food, so that is not a problem at all either. Yeah, I think we'll leave this a bit of a shorter one here. I just wanted to show you guys this update, and I'm excited to see what's in store for us. Still confused about why it's not showing us the new things. Maybe it's here in the breakdown section. 10 years. Can we go 1 year? Yeah, so it looks like, oh no, so it does show us here. So it's in the new breakdown recipes. Okay, we'll say we went to rubber, for instance. Since the new update, these have not enough data to be able to, oh, they do actually. What are we looking at exactly? So we can see the production on what it uses. It uses naphthalene and sulfur, and blue represents the total that it's made. We can see over the last 10 years since we've had rubber going. I feel like it hasn't been, we've had rubber a lot longer. Maybe we switched over this recipe then, but I do feel like it's been a lot longer than that. But we can see the new breakdown system. So that is what it's called. We can see what is exactly being used, its production rates. We can see all that. We can see the production of steel, which is molten steel plus water gives us the steel. And we can see we're producing roughly 88 to 72 per month. which is pretty cool. And we've been pretty consistent over the last 10 years. We haven't really got any further than that yet. We can see that we've actually produced quite a big amount as well. Um, over the so we've in the last 100 years we've produced 81,000. We've consumed pretty much more than what we've produced. Um, I don't know how that's possible, but we have. Um, well, we did actually have a bit of stockpile there. Still don't know how we've consumed more there than what we've produced. I still find that very interesting, but you know, it is pretty cool to see this new system in play. We can also see our vegetables, for instance, in the last 10 years um, from our greenhouses here. So that is pretty cool. We can see what is currently being used per second, per 60 seconds, which is 46.27. So yeah, that is a really nice system. It was definitely well due. Yeah, I'm just thinking with this if maybe we just send sulfur over there, but I'd almost see we've got a water line here. Why don't we utilize next to that? The only thing I don't want to do is build too far over here, because when we do start taking this mountain as we've started here, that is probably most likely going to cause us an issue when we do start collapsing this mountain, especially this steep spot here. I'm worried that it might hit these pipes or houses. So we might have to make that one tier lower once we get to here. You know, we'll make it a bit interesting. We'll keep it simple, but we'll make it a bit interesting. We'll use some more of this. Use a bit more of this. So if we were to set this up, say there, which would mean we could pinch directly off this water line here. We were to build our belt into there. In fact, while we pause time, we won't bother about that. And we've got that already set as rubber, as acid. We're not going to be using that. Run this straight up, right besides this, and then we'll go down the one and feed it directly under here. Where are we at? Why is it? No, it's always, there we go. So we could come all the way up here and just hold shift to make the pipe go straight. Oh, well, that ain't straight. And we'll feed it under here. And because we already have the water line going over there, we could pretty much just follow this all the way across here. So let's do something like that. There we go. We'll follow this line exactly how it is. We're going to have to go around this water tank though. And we'll just go above all of this there. Then we'll go down underneath. And then we'll go straight up here, straight across all this, and plug straight into there. We'll get that up and running. But we will, before that starts filling up that line, we will pause it just until we use all this. So now we can actually get rid of this whole system that we have here. In fact, if we were to rotate it, I think it would, well actually if we cancel the demolition and we were to rotate the pipe around the other way, we can see we can get it to empty. We could make it even a little bit quicker by just pausing this line here until this has been emptied. And then we can unpause it here to keep it going. Okay, that is not. That's all finished now. Let's go ahead and destroy this pipe. We can, in fact, destroy all of that as well as that, and in fact, all of this as well. I want to be careful not to destroy that piping just yet until we've hit um, until we've hit this, or until this is empty. So we'll let them automatically do that. There's no rush on it. So we'll get them to do that for us. Now, I don't think these are using fuel gas. They absolutely are. So let's just set that a little bit higher. And look at that, they've already cleared it. We're still using our copper. It looks like our cable's been filled up. Uh, Taking a massive increase in our furniture consumption. Let's just have a quick look at that. We're using 27.7 per minute. So why is it that where is our furniture being made exactly here? We're creating 32, so we should be ahead. Not too sure why we're not though. You can see that our wood storage is pretty empty there, which is slowly getting filled up, and we've got more trains, I presume, heading over here. We got our trains here trying to empty out, and I presume this guy's bringing some of our tier 3 plates over, or our tier 3 construction parts. Oh, we've got a whole queue here just because of this one train. So we might actually have to look at, don't know if we can do it or not, but we'll definitely have a look at. Uh, Maybe if we come back one more, putting a rail system straight down the center here, just for trains that don't actually need to, well, go this way. There we go. We'll just get that quick built to hopefully get some of our trains to go through there. There we go. So trains that don't need to wait there can go straight through that way. And that will hopefully help out with that situation. We're still obviously going to get our trains that are going to wait. Yeah, right. So he changed his mind, or did he already go? Maybe that was a different train that I was thinking of. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, there he is. No, so he did just drop those parts off. So that is fine. In fact, he's going to go and park up. And as we can see here, we've got our longer trains being parked up over here now, which is nice. Goes our wood train. Now, it is going to cause a bit of conflict here, just until we can sort it out a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So in fact, we're going to change this zone here from a non-stopping zone to just a, do whatever zone sort of thing. Um, that way the trains that are first in can get out first. And there we go. They are all heading off. They're, it seems like our train's filling up as well, which is fine. Let's see, our train for wood's now pulling up. Nice. Okay. Right, so it seems like our trains haven't been affected by the update, um, in a bad way anyway. We definitely still don't have much rock heading over here, so we might need to, well, That is probably why. As you can see here, we've reached the end of our mining zone here, which would have been fine if I was well paying attention. Um, that is not a problem. We can get them to start, in fact, mining out this area here. Make sure we expand it right off so that way they do have the access to it. There's not much iron that comes out here. No. So then we can just quickly grab a big chunk of that and set them up for that. And now we won't have to worry about this iron coming through here because, well, we won't be working with it anymore. It'll just be stone. Even though we have a lot of iron ore, if we were to have a look here, I was trying to search. We have get about 109.56 per minute. But exactly how much do we have? Yeah, look, we got some high numbers there. 336 there. We had 1.411. If we have a look in the last year, we're averaging a few different parts here. But if we were to have a look at um, what's this? Show rate per 60 seconds instead of totals. Oh, okay. So here, this is where we can see it here. Um, that's if we're here and we go back to, so it seems like over the long period time here. So we can see that numbers here are actually our numbers for our maybe total here. Um, this might be our, here we go. So this is our total quantity. So this is our storage here. If we have a look, so in 0573, that was when we started with our new system here and we started extracting more iron, which is where we've got this sudden jump. And then we had the blockage, if you guys remember, and we've now jumped up quite a bit to a point that we've got about 24,000 iron sitting there. So there is a lot there. If there was a way to transport it, I would to get it over here, but you know, this is lacking. Oh, this is lacking. Okay. Um, if I were to allow access to that, which there already is, let's just see something here real quick. In fact, no. You know what? We'll leave that for the next episode and we'll get that cranking. How are we going for our acid though? Acid's pretty low. That will be the first thing. We'll even set a reminder, notify if empty. And we'll quickly fix this up, shall we? We'll get them to just start mining along there for that sand. Because somehow we've used up all of our sand and for some reason used up all of our iron as well. Which I am surprised about because there's, well, trucks sitting right there ready to drop iron off. But it seems like it is full of copper at the moment, which is why I can't do that. But anyway, we'll leave this episode here. Welcome to update 4.2. I'm excited to start playing it. Wasn't too sure if we had to start a new map or not yet, but thankfully we don't. But yeah, everything looks amazing. I mean, the frame rate is, I'm noticing a lot better. And yeah, well, the graphics of each individual unit, it looks incredible. Uh, oh, that's what we're doing with our sulfur. Was we had the cruise boats here sending it out and we're getting a bit of coal back. Waiting until there is enough cargo to pick up. What do you mean by that? There is enough cargo to be picked up, is there not? You know what? We'll work that out when it comes time. I think there is something going on here uh, that I'm not 100% sure about. So we'll have a look at that in the future. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there. Um, it's got everything it needs. I don't know why it's not doing that contract anymore. It says we're sending over 1600 when we're actually sending over 2400. Um, so I find that pretty interesting. That is with the 4 modules. But I guess it's technically 8 modules. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it just jumps here. Turns from 16 and you add 6 modules and it's now 3600. Yeah, look, I don't know. I can't work with it, but yeah. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to continue this series, probably as much as you guys can't wait to watch it. Um, Hopefully, try and get some more done in this. But a lot of it is just waiting pretty much as we're slowly expanding. Um, I think in the next episode, we're definitely going to, since we've got the space here now, I think we're going to try to build a better station system here, which I can't wait for. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please consider leaving a like as well as hitting that subscribe button. That way, my videos go out to more viewers who enjoy watching these sorts of games. Um, with all that out of the way, also we've only got 9 days. Sorry, when you watch this, it will be 8 days left for the giveaway. I did have a look today before I started recording, and I think I had a look, and we've got, or having a current look right now. We've got 69 current subscribers. So thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a lot. Um, as I stated in the most recent giveaway, the point. If we hit the 50 subs, I'd be drawing a extra winner for a $50 voucher. So we've passed that big time. And if we hit 100, we'll be then doing a $25 voucher as well. So there'll be 3 different people who could win. Um, if your name is drawn twice, though, I'm sorry, but you will not be getting the second one. It will be a redraw. Um, but yeah, can't wait for that. We're over, um, we're almost, 3/4 of the way to 100 subscribers. So that is exciting. And we killed it to the first 50. I think it was only an hour after that we hit the 50. But with all that out of the way, thank you again. The support means a lot to me, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.